How are you? Good. My name is Rahwa. First off, I want to say, I'm going to speak in English, but thank you to the officials, the festival organizers, the hotels, and everybody that's here that made this trip so welcoming to us. For us that came from the diaspora, it's very nice to come home to this kind of homecoming. It was very warm. The hospitality and the love, we appreciate it. So from all of us, from Europe, from the Arab nations, from Australia, from America, I want to say thank you very much. So my speech, I'm here today to appeal to the youth of the diaspora. So all of us that were not born and raised in Tigray, you know, some of us came from Sudan, some of us were born in America, anywhere that the rest of us were born in. I have 3 areas that I'm going to touch on. I'm going to touch on a little bit of history about myself, how also it is to grow up in America or grow up outside of Tigray, being an Ethiopian, and then lastly, how we can unite. So all the Tigray youth from all corners of the world can come together. I think that's the point of the festival here this year, not just to do something today, but to make something sustainable for all of us to connect. I was born in Sudan. I came in the late 80s. I was a baby. I was about 2-3 years old. My family migrated to America. As you can imagine, arriving in the United States in that particular time was very challenging. In the 80s, a lot of what we saw was about famine, starving Ethiopian children. So it's very hard to be proud of being Ethiopian at that time. We went to school and people would ridicule us, make fun of us, saying, you know, are you the starving children of Ethiopia or anything? So growing up at that time was just a little bit difficult. Here I was very lucky to move to America at that age. I had everything I wanted. It was just a disconnection and a burdening feeling to see what we saw on TV and to feel what we had in America. How to feel after that experience was very difficult to explain. Many children in America had a hard time understanding the doom and the gloom covered our rich history. Our parents would tell us, you have so much to be proud of, you have so much to be proud of. But what we saw on TV, something was a little bit different than that. Here we have this civilization, you know, the center of civilization and the pride of Africa, and all of a sudden, sometimes what you saw was the one step before death on TV. I myself grew up in a predominantly Asian and a white community. Merely saying you were from Ethiopia meant you received some kind of sour expression, and sometimes followed by, oh, how did you get here? Oh, do you have enough food? And even to this day on TV, sometimes you'll hear people say, well, you better eat all your food because there's starving Ethiopian children in Africa. I guess the media did its job to give a grand picture of poverty, disease, and unbelievably harsh environment to survive in. We Ethiopians were expected to hold our heads down in shame. How can you reach a world that was convinced all you were was just another starving African? So we grew up, and we went to school biting our tongues. For us, fortunate ones, our families made sure to incorporate our culture, traditions, and pride at home, instilling all kinds of pride. My mother, myself, enforced an injera-eating, Tigrinya-speaking, Habesha Kidden-wearing, church-going household. She continued to bring my brother and I back to the homeland to understand and appreciate our origins. As prideful as I was on the inside, it wasn't until college I fully bloomed to a colorful young woman to spread the news. The news was that Ethiopia was more than people thought it was. That it was and still is the jewel of humanity, holding history no one could ever take away. All of a sudden, I was wrapped in my college Ethiopian association, wearing my zuria to my graduations, to my proms, and to my balls, with my flag wrapped around me. This made me gleam, and that was how I started. Everything I do, and I say it loud and proud. Born in Sudan, raised in America, but home is where the heart is. Home is Ethiopia. In the last few years, I immersed myself in the Tigray community in particular. You can catch me at various fundraising events, the Tigray Festival every year. In addition, as a newly elected chairwoman of the United States North America Youth group, I hope to set a foundation for an even bigger group that bonds all Tagaro, not just in America, but building unity across Europe and across every corner of the world. As children of the diaspora, it is our responsibility to give back. As the great saying goes, to whom much is given, much is expected. Our martyrs fought the battle here, and our parents granted us the opportunity to go to America. And they made countless sacrifices, leaving their home, their families, and often working 2 or 3 jobs to maintain our life. Also, we can afford it. How do you repay them, you ask? By making them proud, by elevating ourselves through education, success, and community activism. They didn't make that journey to the land they know nothing about for no reason. It was to get access to the best of the best. Our job is to bring our knowledge and resource home. I will say it again. Our job is to bring our knowledge and resource home. This means we must build connections between the diaspora and those living here. Whatever barriers we have between us should be broken, whether that be language, protocol, or lifestyle. In order to build Tigray, we must share a vision and share with one another. This festival is just the beginning. These meetings have built the roots and relationships needed to start a movement. Let this not be the end, but just the start. All hands are needed, for this is not just focusing on what the diaspora can do for Tigray, but more so what Tagaro can do for Tigray. The late great U.S. President John F. Kennedy said it best. Ask not what your country could do for you, ask what you can do for your country. We no longer feel the need to explain what it means to be Ethiopian. The world can see how bright our future is. Every channel now broadcasts all the foreign country investments, the growing economy, and the improving lifestyle of its inhabitants. Our country has changed, attracting so many diaspora to finally move back. The works of Mekelle set the foundation to this industrial revolution and the Ethiopian Renaissance. As he recited his Atuman Ase speech, his goal was to bring motivation and a strong desire to get up and do serious work. He did more than we could imagine. All honor and respect, his legacy continues through us. But what this means is that we now must take the torch. It is now our turn to continue building on his dream. And it is not over. We are his dream, the doers of the future. He worked to develop Ethiopia into the great nation it is today. It is our responsibility to build life to his works again together. Only united can we grow. Only united can we be strong. And only united can we be the best. In ending, I'd like to tie in Burhan to this. If you guys don't know who Burhan is, she was the poster child for the famine in the 80s. They showed her dying body's picture countless times in America. She wasn't expected to live. As the doctors and her father laid her down to rest peacefully before she died, by the grace and the miracle of God, she survived. Today, Burhan gives back to her community. Not much older than myself, she is a mighty strength and determination to survive. Gave birth to a nation it admires. She was on Oprah's show a few years back, 20-something years old. She had her albaso, she had her tenfi, and talking to the most powerful and richest woman on earth. She is the definition of a survivor, giving face that us Tagaro are unbelievably strong and God-fearing. Our history, whether that be of riches or poverty, doesn't make or break us. We do. It is our will that will elevate us. Like Burhan, there's always hope and another tomorrow. I urge all Tagaro youth to think about today, to understand what it means. Let that be the jump start you need to stay connected and make the right moves. For those of us diaspora, it may mean merely going to your local TDA events, UTNA events, or establishing youth groups and creating projects to help the community. For those youth who live here, it could be building strong relationships with us to gain resources and investments. Let's continue to build and support Tigray. My mom always sings this song, and it's something that always sticks with me. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but she says, "Mis hizbana tarik kasirhina gana abadina."
Thank you, Rahwa, for that wonderful message. And thank you, all you guys, for your patience. We are coming, we're almost finished, so let's be patient with us.